Let me tell you something. Silence is a weapon. It's not a retreat. It's a strategy. When you've stepped back, taken that time for yourself, and let the noise of the past fade away, that's when your true power emerges. See, in this world of constant messages and notifications, silence cuts through the clutter like a blade. It speaks louder than words ever could. And during that silence, during that time apart, oh, that's when you do the work. Not for them, for you. You hit the gym not just to look good, but to feel strong. You pick up that book not to impress anyone, but to feed your mind. You spend time with people who lift you higher. You're building something they can't ignore. And here's the kicker. They won't expect it. Now, the move he won't see coming, it's not texting at 2 a.m. It's not showing up unannounced. No. It's showing up in your own life like never before. It's letting him feel your absence while you shine brighter than ever. It's when you walk into a room, head held high, confidence radiating, not to prove a point, but because you found yourself again. When you've done that, when you've rebuilt from the inside out, that's when timing comes into play. Patience, my friends, is not passive. It's a quiet strength. You wait, not because you're afraid, but because you know the value of making a move when the moment is right. And when that moment comes, you don't chase, you don't plead, you simply exist in your greatness. And trust me, he'll notice. He won't just see the new you, he'll feel it in the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, the way you've become untouchable. Silence is one of the most underestimated tools in relationships. It is not just the absence of words. It is a deliberate, strategic act of self-restraint that speaks volumes. In the context of love and relationships, silence often serves as a powerful response, one that communicates strength, dignity, and clarity. When you step back and embrace silence, you are doing more than creating distance. You are creating space for growth, reflection, and transformation, both for yourself and the other person. In a world where constant communication is the norm, silence is a statement. When you choose not to call, text, or engage, it sends a message that you value yourself enough to take a step back and focus inward. It signals that you are not desperate for validation or chasing after someone who may not be ready to reciprocate. Instead, you are prioritizing your peace and giving yourself the time to process your emotions, heal, and rebuild. Silence also disrupts patterns. In relationships, we often fall into cycles of behavior, arguments, reconciliation, and sometimes the same old misunderstandings. By introducing silence, you break that cycle. You remove yourself from the equation, allowing both parties to see the dynamic from a new perspective. This disruption can be a wake-up call for the other person, making them realize your value and the void your absence creates. Moreover, silence creates curiosity. Human nature is such that we are drawn to what we cannot understand or predict. When you stop responding, stop explaining, and stop trying to fix everything, you become a mystery. The other person begins to wonder what you are thinking, what you are doing, and why you have chosen this path. This curiosity often leads them to reflect on their own actions and how they may have contributed to the situation. From a personal standpoint, silence is a time for self-reflection. It allows you to step away from the noise of the relationship and examine what truly matters. Are you happy? Are your needs being met? Is this relationship aligned with your values and goals? Silence gives you the clarity to answer these questions without the influence of external pressures. Practicing silence also teaches you emotional discipline. It is not easy to resist the urge to reach out, especially when emotions are running high. However, this restraint builds resilience. It shows you that you are capable of managing your feelings without seeking external reassurance. Over time, this emotional strength becomes a foundation for healthier relationships, whether with the same person or someone new. Silence paves the way for meaningful action. When you re-enter the conversation or the relationship, you do so from a place of strength and purpose. You are no longer reacting impulsively, but acting intentionally. This makes your words and actions carry more weight, ultimately commanding more respect. When you step into a period of no contact in a relationship, you're not just taking a break, you're stepping into an opportunity for transformation. It's a sacred pause, a time to shift the focus away from what the other person is thinking or doing, and instead place it entirely on yourself. This period of silence isn't about waiting, it's about working. Working on becoming a version of yourself that is stronger, happier, and more aligned with your goals and values. Self-improvement during no contact begins with reflection. When a relationship or connection has left you feeling uncertain, it's easy to get caught up in what the other person did or didn't do. But in this pause, the focus must shift inward. Reflect on your own behaviors, patterns, and contributions to the relationship dynamic. Were you setting healthy boundaries? Were you communicating effectively? Were you prioritizing yourself? Or were you losing parts of who you are to accommodate someone else? These questions are not about self-criticism, but about self-awareness, the cornerstone of personal growth. Once you've gained clarity, it's time to take action. Start by prioritizing your physical well-being. Exercise is not just about aesthetics. It's about feeling strong, energized, and confident in your own skin. Hit the gym, take up yoga, go for runs, or try a new sport. As you push your body, you'll notice your mind becoming sharper and your energy levels increase. This physical transformation not only benefits you, but also creates an aura of vitality and confidence that others can't help but notice. Next, focus on your mental and emotional health. Engage in activities that feed your mind and soul. Pick up books that inspire you or teach you something new. Listen to podcasts or watch videos that help you grow in areas you're passionate about. Consider journaling or meditating to process your thoughts and emotions, gaining clarity and balance. Therapy or counseling can also be a powerful tool during this time, helping you uncover deeper insights and heal wounds you might not even realize you were carrying. Your social life is another area for growth. Reconnect with friends and loved ones who uplift you. Strengthen the bonds with people who genuinely care for your well-being. Surround yourself with positivity, laughter, and support. This not only helps you feel valued and loved, but also reminds you that your world is much larger than one person or one relationship. Career and hobbies are equally important during this phase. Use this time to dive deeper into your work or explore new passions. Whether it's advancing your career, learning a new skill, or starting a project you always wanted to pursue, focusing on your ambitions gives you a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Self-improvement during the pause is about rediscovering your worth. When you pour time and energy into yourself, you begin to see the incredible value you bring to the table. You no longer feel the need to prove anything to anyone because your growth and happiness speak for themselves. This journey of self-improvement isn't about trying to win someone back. It's about becoming the best version of yourself for yourself. And when you emerge from this pause as a stronger, more confident, and more fulfilled individual, you'll find that the right people will be drawn to your light. Whether it's the person you've been thinking about or someone new, they'll see the transformation in you, and they won't be able to ignore it. When it comes to relationships, especially after a period of no contact, the unexpected move isn't about being dramatic or manipulative. It's about breaking away from predictable patterns and making a decision that is rooted in strength, self-respect, and growth. The unexpected move is not what they anticipate, and that's what makes it powerful. It catches them off guard because it's not driven by desperation or a need to reconcile. It's an act of self-assuredness that redefines the dynamic. To understand the essence of the unexpected move, you must first recognize the nature of predictability in relationships. When emotions run high, people tend to fall into familiar patterns, sending impulsive text, making emotional calls, or trying to prove their worth through overcompensation. These actions are not surprising. They're expected responses to heartbreak or uncertainty. But when you don't react this way, when you choose composure and purpose instead, it shifts the entire narrative. The unexpected move starts with subtlety. Instead of reaching out to explain yourself or seek closure, you focus inward and let your actions speak for themselves. This might mean focusing on your personal growth, thriving in your own space, and creating a life that is vibrant and fulfilling. When the other person observes you not only moving forward, but doing so with grace and confidence, it challenges their assumptions about you and your resilience. The explanation. Another powerful aspect of the unexpected move is reestablishing your boundaries. If the relationship dynamic previously involved over-accommodation or a lack of balance, this is the time to redefine those terms. You make it clear, not through confrontation, but through your actions, that you respect yourself too much to settle for less than what you deserve. This may mean being selective about re-engaging in conversations, choosing when and how to respond, or even deciding not to respond at all. Timing is another critical component. The unexpected move isn't rushed or reactive, it's deliberate. You don't make your move at the height of an emotional storm. Instead, you wait until you've gained clarity and your actions align with your long-term goals. For example, rather than reaching out immediately after no contact, you allow enough time for both you and the other person to process and reflect. This patience often makes your eventual actions more impactful. One of the most transformative aspects of the unexpected move is its authenticity. It's not about playing games or trying to manipulate someone into responding a certain way. It's about showing up as the best version of yourself. Authentically confident, self-awareness, and self-assured. Whether it's a calm and composed message, a chance encounter where your growth is undeniable, or even the decision to move on entirely, the unexpected move is rooted in your newfound strength and clarity. Ultimately, the unexpected move isn't about winning someone back or proving a point. It's about reclaiming your power and demonstrating through your actions that you are in control of your life. This unpredictability, born from self-confidence and growth, often shifts the dynamic in a way that the other person didn't foresee. They don't expect you to thrive without them, but when you do, it's a revelation. And it's often the catalyst for deeper reflection and a new perspective on what they may have lost. The unexpected move, then, isn't just a strategy. It's a declaration of self-worth. It's a reminder that the most surprising and compelling thing you can do is choose yourself first. And that changes everything. Genuine confidence is a transformative force, especially in the context of relationships. It's not about putting on a facade or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about embracing your authentic self and projecting that inner assurance to the world. After a period of no contact, genuine confidence can become the key factor that reshapes how others perceive you, and confidence begins with self-awareness. It's rooted in knowing who you are, your strengths, your values, and even your imperfections. When you've taken time to reflect during the no-contact phase, you've likely gained a clearer understanding of what you want in a relationship and, more importantly, what you deserve. This clarity is the foundation of genuine confidence because it enables you to stand firm in your worth without seeking external validation. One of the hallmarks of genuine confidence is the ability to be comfortable in your own skin. This means accepting yourself as you are while continuously striving for growth. You don't need to fit into someone else's idea of perfection. Instead, you focus on being the best version of yourself for your own satisfaction. This authenticity is magnetic. It draws people in because it's rare and refreshing in a world full of pretenses. Another key aspect of genuine confidence is emotional independence. When you're truly confident, you don't need someone else to complete you or make you feel whole. You've taken the time to cultivate your own happiness, passions, and purpose. This independence allows you to approach relationships from a place of abundance rather than neediness. Instead of clinging to someone out of fear of losing them, you engage with them because they enhance your already fulfilling life. Genuine confidence also reflects in how you handle interactions. You communicate with clarity, honesty, and respect. You're not afraid to express your needs or set boundaries, but you do so without aggression or defensiveness. This level of self-assuredness not only commands respect, but also encourages healthier, more balanced relationships. Appearance, while not the essence of confidence, often mirrors how you feel inside. When you're confident, you naturally carry yourself differently. Your posture is upright, your movements are deliberate, and your energy is calm yet compelling. People notice these subtle shifts, even if they can't quite put their finger on why you seem more self-assured. It's not about dressing a certain way or following trends. It's about presenting yourself in a manner that reflects your self-respect and individuality. In relationships, genuine confidence creates a powerful dynamic. It shifts the focus away from seeking approval and toward mutual appreciation. The other person is no longer the center of your world. Instead, they become a part of your world, which is already rich and vibrant. This change in perspective often intrigues and attracts them because it's unexpected and deeply appealing. Finally, genuine confidence is resilient. It doesn't waver in the face of rejection or setbacks because it's not dependent on external circumstances. Whether someone reciprocates your feelings or not, your sense of self remains intact. This resilience allows you to navigate relationships with grace, knowing that your happiness and worth are not tied to anyone else's actions. In essence, genuine confidence is about owning who you are, unapologetically. It's a quiet strength that speaks volumes without needing to shout. And after a period of no contact, it's one of the most unexpected and compelling qualities you can bring to the table. It not only transforms how others see you, but also empowers you to create healthier, more fulfilling connections. Of helping, timing and patience are the unsung heroes in the realm of relationships. After a period of no contact, it's natural to feel a sense of urgency to act, to reach out, or to bridge the gap that silence has created. However, it's often the restraint and wisdom to wait for the right moment that leads to the most meaningful outcomes. Understanding the importance of timing and cultivating patience is not just a strategy. It's an act of emotional maturity that can transform the way relationships unfold. Timing begins with the recognition that not all moments are created equal. When emotions are raw, clarity is often clouded by impulsiveness. Reacting during such times can lead to missteps, misunderstandings, or actions driven by desperation rather than intention. Patience, on the other hand, creates the space needed to process emotions, gain perspective, and make decisions from a place of strength rather than vulnerability. An open mind, patience is not passive. It's an active choice to prioritize long-term outcomes over short-term gratification. It requires you to sit with discomfort, resist the urge to act impulsively, and trust that the right moment will present itself when the time is right. This can be challenging, especially when you're eager to reconnect or resolve lingering feelings. However, rushing into action without proper reflection often leads to regrets, whereas waiting allows you to approach the situation with clarity and composure. During the no contact period, patience allows for growth, not just yours, but the other person's as well. Both parties need time to reflect on the relationship, its dynamics, and their own feelings. It's in this space of introspection that realizations occur. For the other person, the absence of your presence may create a sense of longing or a new appreciation for what you brought into their life. However, for you, it's an opportunity to identify what truly matters and whether the relationship aligns with your goals and values. Timing also involves knowing when to act. Patience doesn't mean waiting forever. It means recognizing the right moment to re-engage. This might be after you've made significant strides in your personal growth, or when circumstances suggest that the other person is open and receptive. Acting prematurely can undermine the progress made during no contact, but acting at the right time can have a profound impact. The key is to let the reconnection feel natural, not forced. For instance, if you choose to reach out, do so with a calm and confident energy. Avoid grand gestures or emotionally charged messages. Instead, opt for something simple, respectful, and aligned with your growth. Sometimes the right timing is marked not by what you say, but by how you say it, calmly, confidently, and without attachment to the outcome. Patience also strengthens emotional resilience. It teaches you that you can withstand uncertainty and that you don't need immediate validation to feel secure. This emotional discipline not only benefits your current situation, but also prepares you for healthier interactions in the future. Ultimately, timing and patience are about trusting the process. When you allow things to unfold naturally, you give the relationship or the closure it needs a chance to develop in a way that feels organic and meaningful. Whether the outcome is reconnection or a new chapter entirely, patience ensures that you approach it with clarity, grace, and purpose. And that, in itself, is a powerful move that sets you apart. In the aftermath of a no-contact period, one of the most empowering moves you can make is to elevate yourself rather than chase after the other person. Chasing often stems from a place of fear, fear of loss, rejection, or being alone. But elevating yourself, that comes from a place of self-respect and growth. It's about focusing on your own journey, rediscovering your worth, and allowing your actions to reflect your confidence and independence. To elevate yourself means to prioritize your personal development. Start by identifying areas of your life where you can grow. Perhaps it's advancing in your career, pursuing a passion, or committing to a healthier lifestyle. These are not just distractions, they are investments in your future self. When you pour energy into becoming the best version of you, it creates a ripple effect that touches every aspect of your life, including relationships. Elevating yourself also means redefining your self-worth. It's easy to feel diminished after a breakup or a period of silence. But this is the time to remind yourself of your value. Reflect on your unique qualities, talents, and the positive impact you bring to the lives of others. You are not defined by whether someone chooses to stay in your life or not. Your worth is intrinsic, and elevating yourself begins with truly believing that. Instead of chasing someone who may not see your value, focus on creating a life that you love. Chasing often leads to overcompensation, doing too much to prove your worth to someone else. This can come across as desperate and only reinforces the imbalance in the relationship dynamic. Elevation, on the other hand, shifts the focus back to you. When you're thriving in your own space, you naturally attract people who are aligned with your energy and respect what you bring to the table. A critical part of elevation is setting boundaries. When you stop chasing, you're not just creating physical distance, you're also establishing emotional boundaries. This sends a clear message. You respect yourself too much to settle for a one-sided dynamic. Boundaries are not walls, they're guidelines for how you expect to be treated. By enforcing them, you teach others how to value your time, energy, and presence. Elevating yourself also involves surrounding yourself with positivity. Spend time with people who uplift and inspire you. Engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. The energy you surround yourself with has a profound impact on your mindset and confidence. When you're surrounded by encouragement and love, it becomes easier to focus on your growth rather than chasing someone who might not reciprocate. The most powerful aspect of elevation is the shift in perspective it creates. When you elevate yourself, you realize that you don't need to chase anyone because the right people will naturally be drawn to your light. You move from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. Instead of worrying about losing someone, you trust that what's meant for you will find its way to you. In relationships, elevation changes the dynamic. It creates intrigue and admiration. The other person sees your strength, independence, and growth, and they begin to view you differently. You're no longer someone seeking their approval. You're someone who commands respect through your actions and presence. Ultimately, elevating yourself is about reclaiming your power. It's a declaration that you are whole, worthy, and capable of thriving on your own. Whether or not the other person chooses to return, you've already won because you've chosen yourself. And that is the foundation for building a life and relationships that are truly fulfilling. In love and relationships, the period after no contact isn't just about the other person. It's about rediscovering who you are. Each keynote builds upon this truth, weaving together the threads of silence, self-improvement, and resilience into a tapestry of personal transformation. Silence is your starting point, a deliberate pause that speaks louder than words. It's the foundation upon which self-reflection and growth are built. As you embrace this space, you cultivate self-improvement, turning the focus inward to heal, grow, and become the best version of yourself. From there, you make the unexpected move, not one of desperation, but of deliberate action and unwavering authenticity. Confidence becomes your compass, guiding you to show up unapologetically and authentically. With patience, you allow the process to unfold, trusting that timing, when paired with resilience, will lead you to clarity. And above all, you choose elevation over pursuit, understanding that true love is never born from chasing, but from standing firmly in your worth. Together, these keynotes form a powerful narrative of self-reclamation. They remind you that the most unexpected and impactful move you can make is to invest in yourself. When you embody growth, confidence, and purpose, you not only shift the dynamics of any relationship, but also create a life so fulfilling that it becomes magnetic to the right people. Choosing yourself is not a rejection of love, but an affirmation of what love truly is: respect, mutuality, and wholeness. When you choose to grow, thrive, and elevate, you don't just reclaim your power. You set a standard for how you deserve to be treated. That is the unpredictable strength of choosing yourself. And it's the move no one sees coming, but everyone admires.